I've been using NotebookLM for a while to create realistic podcast clip videos. Here's a snippet of one of those podcast clips so you can see how they look.
These AI models are trained on huge data sets.
Yeah.
And those data sets can reflect the biases of the people who created them.
So even though it sounds like a human, it's still a machine.
Then machines can be flawed.
Everything you just saw was created by AI. NotebookLM created the realistic audio. Another AI tool made the people that were speaking in that video. And then a final AI tool edited it all together into that vertical YouTube Shorts style clip. And trust me, rounding up people for the podcast, filming the episodes, and editing it all yourself takes a ton of time. So I'm going to show you how you can skip doing all of this using NotebookLM and other AI tools. So first, we need to generate the audio of two people talking for our podcast, which we're going to do in NotebookLM. We'll later move on to creating the video part of the podcast. But for now, we're using NotebookLM to create an audio recording of two people speaking. And if you haven't heard of NotebookLM already, it's the AI that right now creates the most realistic voices, in my opinion. It's really amazing. Let's jump in and I'll show you. So when you start a new project in NotebookLM, you'll see a screen like this where you basically have to point NotebookLM towards the information that you want to be used inside the conversation that it's going to generate. So if we look down here, for example, you can tell NotebookLM to make a conversation based on what is inside a YouTube video, a website, your Google Docs. But for now, I'm just going to paste some text in that I want the podcast generated from. So that's let me paste in this text that I want turned into a podcast here. Finding that text was as simple as finding a news article like the one I'm looking at now, copying what's in the article and pasting it into NotebookLM here. So next we're going to move on, and pretty much instantly you get taken to this next screen, which is a sign that NotebookLM has processed that information and understands it, which we can see because it's made a summary of what was said in the article here. So now that NotebookLM understands what was in the text I pasted in, I simply need it to generate that conversation between two people discussing that information. And to generate that conversation, I simply press this button right here. So let's press that now. And after a few minutes, you'll see this play button appear here, which tells you that conversation is ready to play. Here's one that I generated earlier. Let's give it a little listen.
Have you ever wished you could just download knowledge straight into your brain?
Oh, totally.
Well, Google's been working on something that might be the next best thing.
Sweet, there we have it. So now you've seen how incredible NotebookLM alone is. I've not seen an AI until now create conversations so realistic and convincing and so quickly. But as we're looking to build video podcast clips from AI, the audio alone from NotebookLM isn't enough. We need to turn that audio into video. And to do that, we're going to use another AI tool I found called Synthesia. The link to it is in the description to this video. Synthesia creates the most realistic looking AI avatars. That's those fake AI people, the most realistic ones I've ever seen. So that's why we're using Synthesia in this video, turn our audio clips to video clips. So let's look at how to do that. So now I'm inside a new blank project in Synthesia. To turn the audio recording of a podcast we have to a video podcast, I first need to choose the people, so the characters that I want to say the words from the audio recording. And then I need to upload the audio recording into Synthesia so that Synthesia can make those characters say the words. So we'll start by clicking avatar up here to add an AI avatar to our video. That's one of the people that we want to speak the words from our podcast recording. You're going to want to choose one of the avatars with these purple stars next to them because these are the higher quality avatars that have more realism. They're more expressive and they look more realistic than the avatars further down that don't have purple next to them. So these people down here. So I chose Ali, this guy here, to be my realistic male speaker. So I'll click him now to add him to the video. Now, Synthesia only lets you add one person per video. So what that means is we're going to have to create our male presenter video first and then repeat that process a second time for the female presenter after, and then we're going to add the two videos together a bit later on. So next I'll just add a background behind our person, then we'll upload the audio for him to be speaking. So we'll find a background by pressing media up top here, heading to images. And for Ali, I just added something like a white office behind him. So let's search for that again. Cool, we'll use this one for now, that's fine. Then just resize that background to cover up the whole video. and send it right to the back behind our person. And now we just need to upload an audio file of our male presenter speaking so that Synthesia can make Ali actually say those words for us. But we've hit a bit of a problem here. We just need the parts of the male speaker talking to apply to Ali in Synthesia. But you'll remember the audio file we downloaded from NotebookLM included both the male and the female speaking part. So there's two things we need to do here to move forward to create the video footage of our characters speaking. First, we need to split that NotebookLM audio track into two. One of those tracks containing just the male speaking parts and the second track containing just the female speaking parts. Luckily, there's AI tools out there that can do this automatically for you. They'll take a single audio file and separate those voices so that you can save them as new separate audio files. I used a tool called Spectra Layers 11 to do this, so you can use that or find another tool out there that works for you. The second problem in creating the videos of our speaking characters to turn our podcast into a video podcast is Synthesia only allows 5-minute audio files to be uploaded at a time when assigning voices to our characters. The NotebookLM recording was 11 minutes long, so simple fix, we just need to chop that up into 5-minute chunks. I use Adobe Premiere to do it myself, and you can do this quickly in any video editing software that you use. So coming back to Synthesia now to finish off the process of making the visuals of our people speaking for our podcast, we just now need to upload our smaller 5-minute audio files to assign them to our people. So first, I'm going to duplicate this scene 3 times over here, and I'll tell you why I'm doing that in just a second. So I've made 3 exact duplicates of that scene of our character because as I had to split that 11-minute audio file of him talking into 5-minute clips, I now have 3 audio files to upload, so I need 3 scenes to upload each of those audio files too. And now I just upload each of those 3 audio files of our male presenter talking one at a time into Synthesia to give our character a voice. So on scene 1, I'm going to upload my first audio track by pressing upload, choosing my first 5-minute audio clip of the man speaking and pressing open, and then also choosing that this is an English audio clip. Just wait for that to upload. Great, and I can see now that clip 1 has been uploaded. So now I'm going to move to scene 2 and do the same thing. So choosing my second audio file now, and when that's uploaded, do the same thing for scene number 3. Great, and now all 3 of my audio files of my male character speaking have been uploaded to a separate scene. I can now just go ahead and press generate up in the top right corner and generate again to make that video of my male presenter speaking. Then you just start a new blank Synthesia project and repeat that whole process again for your female speaking character. Press generate and you'll see a loading screen like you're seeing right now. And after around 15 minutes, you'll see a screen like this in Synthesia where we now have videos of our male and female presenter saying the words that were in that NotebookLM audio file. Let's click on this woman and see how that looks. Cool, let's give this a listen.
Whoa, like a robot reading the news.
It's genuinely nuts how realistic looking these Synthesia avatars are. That's why we're using them, because at the end of this, we want podcast clip videos that look as realistic as possible. And we now have separate videos of our male presenter speaking and female speaker speaking in as realistic way that I've seen possible with AI. But at this point, we only have 2 separate videos. One video of our male presenter speaking and a second separate video of our female presenter speaking. We've got to do some editing work to put them together and create the podcast clips like you saw at the start of this video. So we'll use a powerful AI tool to automatically make those like YouTube short style podcast clips for you that you saw at the start with the captions and everything. But first, you just need to throw the video of your male and female presenter together in some editing software. I did it in Premiere. You can do it in whatever you use. It might be iMovie, Final Cut. Just put them together side by side like you're seeing on screen now and export that again to get your full podcast discussion with your presenters side by side. Next, you're going to use the Opus Clip AI tool to automatically create your clips for you. You're seeing the website on screen now and you can see that it takes one long video and makes viral clips for you automatically. So now that you've already used NotebookLM to create your audio, you've turned that into a video podcast using Synthesia and you've edited the male and female parts parts together to one long video where the male and female presenter are next to each other. We're just going to upload that long podcast video discussion into Opus Clip and have it create your shorts. So click the link in the description to get to the Opus Clip website, and to do that, we just press upload file here. Then once it's taken you to the logged in area, you're just going to have to press upload again. Choose that video podcast that you've generated. So there's mine there. That should just take a few minutes to upload your full length video podcast discussion into Opus Clip. Then we'll see some settings that we just have to make sure are correct. And then the Opus Clip AI is going to go away and automatically create podcast clips for you. For me, it created about 10 for me when I did this last time, but let's see how many it creates this time. Great, and now our video podcast is uploaded. We just need to choose some settings so that we make sure Opus Clip is creating the type of video podcast clips that we want. So I'm going to tell Opus Clip that the video language is English, scroll down, tell it that it was a podcast that we uploaded, and then we can choose the length of the clips we want created. As I want vertical clips to use on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram Reels, I'm just going to try and keep my shorts less than 60 seconds so that it's compatible across all of those devices. So I'm choosing less than 30 seconds and between 30 seconds to 59 seconds to keep it less than 60 seconds in total. And we'll scroll down and choose a template. I chose this template here in the video you saw at the start. So we'll just choose that again. And then we simply press get clips at one click to get the AI to generate those podcast clips for us automatically. And here we have it. Here's the screen that Opus Clip takes us to next, where it has all of our newly created podcast clips in there. If we scroll down, you'll see that it made 10 clips for me. It's given each clip a title, and it's given it a rating out of 100 of how likely to go viral each of those clips are. Go back up to the top and play one of these so you can see what they're like. So let's give this a little preview.
Have you ever wished you could just like download knowledge straight into your brain?
Oh, totally.
Well, Google's been working on something that might be the next.
There you have it, pretty good. And you can scroll through and just play each of these videos, see how good they are if you want to post to your social. Not all of them are going to make the cut, but on average, Opus Clip is really good at finding the best moments to turn into clips from your podcast. And when you like a clip, you can either download it to your computer by pressing this download button here, or publish it straight to your social media accounts, import it into one of your editing programs if you want to make any more edits, or you can make edits inside Opus Clip itself by pressing this edit clip button here. I'll just quickly show you what that does. So yeah, we're inside one of our podcast clips now, inside Opus Clip. I'll just press play so you can see a little bit of it.
These AI models are trained on huge data sets.
Yeah.
We can make changes here, like move the captions around if you want them somewhere else. If we click on the caption drop down box over here, we can change the color. So we can make that text blue, green, whatever you want. We just move that caption to the middle. I like it there. And you can even do things like click this voiceover button here to add an AI voiceover introduction to your podcast clip if you want to have a little voice speaking at the start of it. And if you come down here to the B-roll box, you can even have AI generated B-roll images show on top of your podcast clip while your people are speaking, just to add an extra level of interest to the clips. So whereas before video podcast clips would have taken a ton of money and time to create, we can now do it in less than an hour on any topic we want by following this process. Truly mind-blowing. This AI stuff is nuts and it's only going to get crazier. Here's a video on that AI voiceover feature that I just mentioned if you want to learn exactly how to add those to your YouTube Shorts inside Opus Clip. And like I said, links to both Synthesia and Opus Clip are in the description to this video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.